Review of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Lock and Load Pack. Let's get into it, starting out with an unboxing. Included is the blaster, stock, scope, barrel, another barrel, instructions, and a bunch of darts. Now that you see the unboxing, this looks pretty busy, so let's remove some of these attachments. Much better, so now we can actually get onto the overview. So up front, we do have an in-strike barrel lug. Feels great to say that. Up top, we have a loading port. Now this is a little bit unique. This is an internal magazine. You can't detach it, and it doesn't load like a cylinder. You put your darts into these feeding lips, and you have to get it around to this little orange tooth up top. And it has a capacity of 6 darts. It is worth noting that you can only load this when it's unprimed. So right now I can load it, so I prime it, you can't. And then that goes out of the way. Up top we have the priming slide. It's a smooth action, and it's very simple. No slam fire. Moving down to the grip and trigger, it feels different than the Shadow, which this is based on, because there is no light up function. That's been removed. And thus the rev trigger, it's not a rev trigger, but effectively a rev trigger has been removed. And the trigger pull feels relatively normal. At the bottom we have a sling mount, and as you can no doubt tell, 2 rails here, a rail here, and a rail even on the bottom. What are you going to put on the bottom? Up to you. That's the beauty of it. There's lots of options, not on this side. And at the very back we have a stock attachment point that's a little bit further back than they usually are. Now to go over the accessories. This is the proximity barrel. This was originally released in the Modulus line. It's pretty self-explanatory. It has more paint than I would have expected. But other than that, it's a barrel attachment. This is the Modulus scope from the Modulus, but it's repainted in Elite 2.0 colors-ish. More on that in my opinion. And then finally, for the front, we have this. This is the flashlight foregrip, except the flashlight has been removed. If you don't know, this was originally released under the Modulus Ghost Ops line, and is actually difficult to come across. So they re-released it with this pack in a new color scheme, more paint, and they removed the light. But it has 2 tack rails and a barrel attachment point on the front. And then at the very back, we have the included stock, which is a reshell of the regulator stock. As I'm sure you could guess, it holds a magazine. Without the ability to use a magazine. Could have included any other stock, but that's that. Onto a firing demo. Now that you've seen the firing demo, I put this blaster over a chronograph with brand new Elite darts, so an actual useful chrono average, and I got an average of 59 feet per second. And that still contrasts with the 70 FPS Elite par. This shoots noticeably slow. However, it is actually somewhat harder than the original Shadow, so it is, at least my model, is an improvement over the Shadow. And overall, I had a number of both jams and malfunctions. And most of those are caused by using the blaster too fast or just using darts that aren't new enough. It's mainly got to do with this chambering system because that little orange thing there actually pushes the dart into the barrel, but it only pushes it part way into the barrel. So effectively your barrel is maybe 2/3 the length of what it would normally be on a Nerf blaster. And on top of this, that's moving spring-loaded component. You don't manually push that forward. It's spring-loaded. And several times this actually jammed and got stuck in the back position, so I had to reprime it so it would move forward again. Furthermore, the quality of the magazine follower with the spring and the area around it does not feel up to the Nerf brand. It feels like a Buzzbee bag. It does not feel like that they are in like harmony with each other at all. And even just putting my finger in there, and it did it right now, it jams way down at the bottom. And it happened a whole bunch while I was doing my firing test for this. So I would be using it, it wouldn't fire because the magazine follower got stuck. And if you use it too fast, even with really good darts, Sometimes it just doesn't fire them, and I have no idea why. When you use it slowly, it tends to work fine most of the time. Then you use it at any faster pace, and it just doesn't. But that's enough of the firing analysis. Now for more or less my opinion and or buy recommendation, which is going to be a little bit weird. Now, in my opinion, this is not up to the Nerf standard or par. The plastic technically feels good, and it technically feels better than Elite 2.0 because this is definitely not normal Elite 2.0 plastic. However, it's not normal Elite 2.0 plastic. I don't know why they didn't put this under some special label. And maybe you think I'm crazy. No. As a matter of fact, I can take all these accessories and put them on this Elite 2.0 Spectre. Also another issue that I'll talk about here in a second. And yeah, they totes don't match. Like, what the F? So they release all these pretty cool accessories. They're all reskins from Modulus, but they all look really cool, but they still don't match Elite 2.0. So there's still no good reason to buy this. So yeah, obviously, I don't recommend you buy this. Even for $40, definitely not. For $30, definitely not. For $20, probably not. This is in a weird color that doesn't match anything else. I still don't get that. Furthermore, the quality of control of the attachments themselves also feels subpar. There's way too much friction to take on or off the stock to put on this front barrel, and especially this proximity barrel up front. There's just an insane amount of friction, and you have to really shove it on hard. So slightly scatterbrained, but this is a very weird blaster, so it's kind of hard to make a comprehensive opinion about it. Hopefully you had a decent time watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one.